you guys are in need of coins for any reason, make sure to check out cheapmaddencoins.com. Use code Mike at checkout for 10% off. Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. The support on the NFL content has been great as of late, so if you are enjoying it, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll keep pumping these videos out. This one should be a good one. In today's video, we are ranking the best player on each NFL team. All 16 AFC teams and all 16 NFC teams. Now, when I rank these players, I am ranking them based on this year's performance. How good I think they were for their team this year. Age really isn't a consideration. A body of work isn't really a consideration. It's how well they performed this season. This video is 100% opinion. I just want to say that before we get into who I think is the best player on each team. It's not facts, okay? I might bring in some facts, but these are not facts. These are just opinions. And if I didn't mention your favorite player, let me know down in the comment section below. I can almost guarantee you there's going to be something you disagree with. That's the nature of these videos. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start out in the AFC East with the New England Patriots. I personally believe the best player on their team this year was Stephon Gilmore. Going down south, we're gonna look at the Miami Dolphins. I believe their best player is Xavier Howard. Some of these teams are a little bit more difficult than others because some rosters are really good and it's hard to decide between a bunch of great players. Some rosters are not so good and it's hard to decide between a bunch of bad players. Some rosters are perfect, right? They're very top heavy. It's easy to decide who's the best player. I would say that the Dolphins is kind of difficult. Xavier Howard is a beast, but there's a lot of other kind of like similarly tiered players. Jumping back up north, we're gonna look at the Buffalo Bills, and I believe their best player is Micah Hyde. To finish off the AFC East, we're going to talk about one of the best safeties in the league this year. The New York Jets have Jamal Adams. I'm not going to lie, he had kind of a rough rookie campaign, but he has stepped it up, and this year he's played absolutely phenomenally. Now we're going to look at the AFC North, and this is where it starts getting a little tighter, a little bit more hard. For the Ravens, I really couldn't decide between two players. I was thinking CJ Mosley and Marlon Humphrey. Some of these, I'm literally not going to make the decision. I'm going to leave it between two people. So CJ Mosley, Marlon Humphrey, one of those two is the best player on that team. As for the Steelers, I feel like this is, you think, oh, this might be a little bit hard, but it's not. It's Antonio Brown. He's most definitely the best player on that team right now. He had like a down year for Antonio Brown, and it was still an unbelievable year. So I got to go AB for the Steelers. As for the Cleveland Browns, I'm going to go with the rookie quarterback Baker Mayfield, but I also want to talk about Myles Garrett. He's been insane. He has a ton of quarterback pressures. I want to say 13 sacks, maybe even more on the year. The dude is an absolute animal. Looking at the Cincinnati Bengals, this was also kind of like a weird decision because both of the players that I believe to be the best on that team have either been hurt or like not that great because they haven't played a lot. It's hard to explain. AJ Green and Geno Atkins. I think those are the two best players on the team. If I had to choose one, it would be AJ Green. But the thing is, he's been injured a lot, so it's weird with that. Like I said, I would go AJ Green or Geno Atkins. Next division up is the AFC South, and a bunch of these teams are actually pretty easy. We're gonna start out with the Texans. That's DeAndre Hopkins. It's really not even a question. Looking at the Indianapolis Colts, again, this one's really not a question. Andrew Luck. As for the Titans, I'm gonna go with Jarrell Casey, but you could make an argument for Kevin Byard. The dude has had a fantastic year. As for the Jags, I'm gonna go with Jalen Ramsey, but you could very easily, again, make an argument for Calais Campbell. He's a great pass rusher. He's a good run stuffer. The dude is an animal. He's literally a beast. He's 6'8". He's insane. He's huge. Our last AFC division is the AFC West. As the Chiefs, pretty much a no-brainer. Patrick Mahomes. Really don't need to think about that at all. Now, as for the Chargers, this is pretty easy to think if you remember my criteria from the beginning. Age really isn't a factor, and it's who is best for them right now. Phillip Rivers had probably the best year of his entire career. I gotta go with Phillip on this one. As for the Broncos, I'm gonna go Von Miller. Chris Harris had a pretty good year, but Von Miller is just, he's another breed of athlete. Now, the Raiders are the one team that, dude, I spent so long looking at this roster thinking who was the best for them, and I ended up with Derek Carr. I had Derek Carr in the beginning. I looked at offensive linemen. They were kind of hurt a lot. Some defensive linemen as well, but I'm sticking with Derek Carr. He was okay last year. The Raiders' best player is draft picks. We're gonna leave it at that. So we just finished up with the AFC. If there's any players or teams that you disagree with, let me know down in the comment section below, or even let me know your list. And we're gonna start out with the volatile NFC East. This is a very the word I would use this division is toxic. It's a toxic division. Looking at the Cowboys, this is tough. I was thinking Zach Martin, possibly DeMarcus Lawrence, but I gotta go with Zeke, man. The dude led the league in rushing yards. He's been so consistent every single year. This year especially, he was just a beast, man. I gotta go with Zeke on this one. As for the Eagles, this is a no-brainer, okay? Eagles fans, you're gonna know who I'm talking about. Everybody else, you might be kind of like, really? Yeah, Fletcher Cox. The dude is unbelievable. One of the best interior defensive linemen in the NFL. I'd even go as far to say, okay, this might be like a wild statement. If Aaron Donald wasn't in the league, he would be the best interior lineman in the NFL. I wholeheartedly believe that. As for the Redskins, there's a couple players that I had in mind. One was Adrian Peterson. The dude had like kind of an incredible bounce back year, but I gotta go with Zach Brown, the linebacker. Dude's an animal. He's rangy, he's all over the field. It was between AP and Zach Brown, but I'm gonna go with Zach Brown. Now the Giants, this one is interesting. I think Odell Beckham is a better player than Saquon Barkley, but Odell Beckham didn't play enough games, so I gotta give it to Saquon. The dude was the MVP for that team this year. I gotta give it to Saquon. He was the best player on their team this year. Could very easily do the same thing next year. Now we're gonna take a look at the NFC North. There is a lot, and I mean a lot of star power in this division. First team is the Chicago Bears. This should be a no-brainer. Khalil Mack. The dude is one of the best edge rushers in the NFL. He might even be the best. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna think it. He might be the best. As for the Vikings, I gotta go with Adam Thielen. Now, personally, I love Stephon Diggs. You gotta look at Harrison Smith on the defensive side of the football as well. They got a lot of good players. They need to get someone to put them all together, to glue them all together. I don't know what that reference is, but I'm gonna go with Adam Thielen. Now for the Packers, again, this is a no-brainer. Not gonna spend a whole lot of time on this. Aaron Rodgers, A-Rod. The Lions was interesting at first. Okay, don't kill me in the comments section. I had Matt Stafford, and then I was like, no, I'm not putting Matt Stafford. I think Darius Big Play Slay was the best for them last year, but you could make the argument for Snacks. Damon Harrison, dude, is one of the best, if not the best, run stuffer in the NFL. And fun fact, I was talking with Bengal last night. He actually played 17 games because he was traded and one of the teams didn't have a bye, like he got skipped over on the bye week. So he played 17 games instead of 16 in this NFL season, which is kind of fun. Now the NFC South, we're gonna look at the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, this is easy. This is easy in my opinion. Drew Brees, dude was probably second in MVP voting. I mean, it's not out yet, but that's realistically what's gonna happen. Drew Brees is an animal. He's definitely the best player on that team last year. As to the Falcons, this is pretty easy again. Julio Jones. Panthers fans, I think this is the correct player. You might not get upset at me. You might get upset at me. I'm not sure. I'm going Luke Kuechly. Some people might say Cam Newton, but Luke Kuechly he's a once-in-a-lifetime linebacker. He's incredibly good. And the last team in that division is the Buccaneers. I gotta go with Mike Evans. There's not a lot of players on that team that I'm really excited about, but Mike Evans is definitely a really solid, very, very good wide receiver. Our last and final division, the NFC West, the division where my team resides. You know what? F it. We'll start out with my team first. The Los Angeles Rams. It's pretty obvious. Aaron Donald is the best player on that team. As for the Seattle Seahawks, again, this is not really a surprise. So I'm going Russell Wilson. Now for the 49ers, this name is not like a super household name yet, but guys, learn him. You probably know who he is. If you clicked on this video, you're a diehard NFL fan. I gotta go with George Kittle. The dude is an absolute beast. Probably, top 3 tight end in the NFL right now. I think I'd have to say top 3 at least. And the very last team is the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going with Patrick Peterson. So there it is. Every single NFL team's best player. Now, if I got it wrong, in your opinion, let me know down in the comment section. I better see like 500 comments because I already know I got something wrong. Let's be honest. And if you want to see more videos like this, let me know down in the comment section below. I was thinking about doing one breakout player from every single NFL team. If I should do that, again, let me know down there. Okay, that is it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. Subscribe if you are new. And guys, I will see you in my next upload. Peace.
I'm so